Hello and welcome to episode 29 of the Factor 50 Football Podcast with me, Michael Grantham. Thank you very much, as always, for listening. I'm going to guess, just a gut feeling this week, that we do not have as many Manchester City fans or non-Arsenal fans listening this week, which is a terrible shame. That's probably why our viewership dipped last week, isn't it? Because Arsenal started winning again. And with me, as always, to discuss the beauty of Arsenal winning football matches and then some other shit about United afterwards, is Adam Farrell. How are you, mate?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. It's weird, isn't it? Like, usually in the world of football, if Man United beat Liverpool 3-2, it'll be a pretty big talking point.
That's the headline, though.
Yeah, not this week. It's been a huge week of football.
Only one team to talk about this time.
The difference between the last couple of episodes and this episode in you is outrageous.
Oh, I'm still exhausted from the weekend and from last night, and we'll get into it. But
yeah.
I can't stop thinking about football and Arsenal in every second of my life. Like, I'm at work and I'm thinking, oh, is he going to rest Saka? He needs to rest Saka. Saka's going to, I don't want to break him down. Is Rice fit? Can we rotate Rice? Is Zubimendi going to play, or is he going to start Miles Skelly? I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm like, I can't stop thinking about it.
I'm sure Bev's absolutely loving it. What did you say? She took a video or a photo of you?
Oh yeah, the Fulham. Was it Fulham? Yeah, the Fulham game. I couldn't watch live, so recorded it and did the whole phone on airplane mode thing and watched it later in the day. So obviously she'd seen the score, so she knew when we'd scored the goals. And she was secretly filming me for, I think it was the third goal. And I didn't realise I was just watching. So she's got like a 2-minute video of me like flinching all over the place and then screaming and jumping around when was it Gyökeres's the third goal, I think. Which is a very dignified video. Maybe we'll share that as a YouTube short or something.
Yeah, we should
for comedy value. Yeah. It's embarrassing. I hate it.
Oh, do you know what though? It's something.
Is that what I look like?
There's something so weird that happens to a grown man when your team scores. I remember when Bellingham scored that overhead kick and just screamed the most primal scream I've ever screamed in my life. And all the family came rushing down going, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm okay." Oh, I'm better than okay.
Yeah. I remember once, years ago, it must have been like, I was probably 18 or 19, and I was still living at Mum and Dad's house. And this was back when we were big into Football Manager. And it must have been like Football Manager 2008 or 2009 something.
When did that stop?
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good point. But I was, I think I won the World Cup with England, and I was like screaming, like jumping around in my room. And my mum rushed upstairs and came into the room, and I still remember her saying it. She opened the door and she was like, "What's wrong? And I was like, "Oh, nothing. I just won the World Cup final with England." And she just looked at me and was like, "Sometimes, Michael, I wonder what I've raised."
A virgin.
Oh.
That's what.
Accurate. So there we go. That's what football does to us.
Yeah, I also have got a Football Manager story, but it's not as fun. So I was in Champions League final with Manchester United, and I conceded a last minute goal, which meant I wasn't going to win. And I just reacted and just punched my laptop screen and broke my laptop. And I had to say to Mom
the laptop
that I dropped it. I was like, I definitely dropped it.
I punched it straight up. That frustration is huge. Though. I can empathise with that.
Yeah, games, man. They'll get you. Football Manager takes over your life as well. Okay.
I know.
So, anything else happening in your life, mate, other than just Arsenal?
No, literally nothing. No. Just back to a normal week this week. I've had busy weeks with work and that competition I did last week. Nice normal week, other than the stress of the football. So, what about you? What have you been up to?
Nice. Well, I saw our number one listeners, Coxie and Nat, met their baby Evelyn.
Nice.
Cute. Super cute. Yeah. So weird. It's weird to see Coxie as like a good dad. Never saw it in him.
That sounds weird. That does. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like he was doing like the baby voice. You know when people do the baby voice.
Yeah.
I was like looking at him, going, "Who are you?
What are you doing?"
What
but then you go home and do it yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean my daughter was sat right next to me and I was doing the same thing. She's
Still judging him.
Yeah. You're pathetic. What do you want, baby? I will fix it for you.
Grow up.
Yeah. And other than that, I was going to talk about what we did in Stratford, but I'm not going to talk about that. We did a walkthrough of Traitors, which we're going to play at our wedding. So listen, if you don't know, the day before our wedding, we're going to play a game of Traitors. And me and Ali have designed it from scratch. So we had some people come over and we practiced all the games. And yeah, it works. We've got a script and everything. It's ready to
Wow.
go. So I'm
I
very
do
excited
feel like
about it.
you've put more work into the Traitors the night before than you have the actual wedding.
So far,
Is
yeah.
that accurate?
Yeah, that is definitely accurate. Yeah.
It'll be a good night though. Be good fun. Be worth it.
Should do. I mean, I'm bigging it up. It could absolutely fall down, but
I was actually weighing up, and I've never seen the Traitors other than it being on in the room whilst Bev's watching it. I was actually weighing up watching. Is there another series coming out soon or something?
there will be another celebrity series coming out. They've just announced the lineup for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that come out, and I was like, oh, maybe I should watch that so I actually know what's going on
Yes,
when
you
we're there.
should. Yeah.
Because other than people traitoring and what's the other one? Truthful.
Faithful.
Like faithful, that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that principle, I don't really understand the program.
You standing up. I'm a truthful.
What's that mean?
Okay.
It can't be that complicated.
It's not complicated. It's basically a massive game of wing murder. So
yeah,
that's basically what it is.
It'll
We
be
all
fine.
know that. Okay,
Should we do
let's
some football?
get into the world of football. So if we go back to last week and the week before, nerves around the Arsenal camp, and we did sort of tee it up and go, right, you play twice now before Man City play. If you win both those games, you go 6 points clear. All pressure's on City, and the pressure told, I guess, because City dropped some points. So let's go back to Newcastle, which was a shite game. But you won 1-0. Not Newcastle game.
Was that before our last podcast?
It wasn't, was it? No, it wasn't.
I can't remember.
No.
Feels like so long ago.
It does. Let's just talk about the Fulham game, because the Fulham game was the most...
So Fulham was on Saturday, wasn't it? Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah.
So we had the stuffy sort of 1-0 win against Newcastle. Then was it Atletico first leg, and then it was Fulham, wasn't it? Yeah, that was it.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so the Fulham game was like a nervy one because it had our last one in between like Champions League midweek games. I know we've got West Ham now at the weekend, but that's when Sunday afternoon. And obviously that was last night we played Atletico. So we got like 4 full days of recovery, which feels like a lot, which is stupid to say. But the Fulham game was a potential sort of banana skin. But like you said, like we said on last week's episode, it was the chance to go back to 6 points clear, albeit with City having 2 games in hand. And it pretty much went, like if you could have written that script, what you'd want to happen, other than maybe scoring a couple more in the second half, that is exactly how every Arsenal fan would want it to go.
Yeah, I thought you played the best I've seen you play in ages, that first half.
I think in 2026, I reckon that was our best match, our best performance. Probably this season, it's hard to tell with the Spurs games whether we were incredible or Spurs were just dreadful. Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
But Fulham are a good side. Like they're not so great away from home, but they're having a good season in the top half. They were sort of in European contention as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
And we just in that first half we just smashed them. And we probably could have been 4 or 5 up at half time, to be honest. But yeah, before the game, sorry to start the poo chat early, but I was on the toilet and I was just thinking about the game, and I was thinking, like, obviously I was getting ready for a stressful, nerve-wracking, 1 goal in it kind of game. And I was just thinking how nice it would be to be like, let's just be 3 up at half time and have a goal for Saka, a goal for Gyökeres, a goal for Trossard, strikers in form, free-flowing football, sub people off, went to rest them for the Atletico game. That would be the dream. And I was like, it's never going to happen. Get ready for, a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Strap in. So basically, I pooed that result into existence. And I feel like I should take some responsibility for that first half performance because it was incredible. And yeah, everything we wanted to happen happened. We could get Saka off at half time and he could sit down and put his feet up. Gyökeres was unstoppable.
He was
Um,
really good.
yeah, the team just
After you
had
said
like
you would sell him,
you made me pick sell or keep on a
and you
you
said
social media'd
sell.
me. There were caveats. I said there were caveats. I do need to apologise to Victor Gyökeres because after last night as well, which we'll come on to, the last 3 or 4 games he has been like
Really good.
transformed. I think some of it is to do with more of like Lewis Skelly coming into midfield. We have more like forward passing, so we're getting the ball up quicker. But undeniably, like his touch, his hold up play, his running, his energy levels, his strength, he looks transformed. And we don't get too bogged down in the tactics on this podcast because we're not that clever. But what we're doing really well in these last couple of games is, or what I've really noticed anyway, is if I'm Gyökeres, I'm stood here and you pass me the ball to me in the air or on the ground, like he then has to rely on his first touch, which is not very good, to hold it up and then also hold off a defender at the same time or 2 defenders at the same time. And that's just not, he's not good at that. We've been saying he's a target man, you need to hit him direct. And that is what we've been doing, but that's not his strength. His strength is play the ball towards him, but not at him. Play it like diagonally over that way. And what Raya's been doing from goal kicks is rather than kicking it from the centre of the goal, he goes to the edge of his box, left or right, and he kicks it to the diagonal, like opposite channel, so that it's up towards Gyökeres without being at Gyökeres. So then he's just got a defender and space. And that seems to be where he can display his strength. Like if you give him a running start, he can hold players off. If you fire it at him, he loses that duel 9 times out of 10. But running into the channels and holding off centre backs, and he's just been unbelievable at it. And he looks so much stronger with a running start rather than kind of trying to plant his feet. And it's probably to do with his upper body strength rather than lower body strength. But he's been unbelievable. And
That does make
he's
a lot of
scoring
sense
goals. And
actually. Because
yeah,
I've definitely noticed his running a lot more. Like I've never noticed his in behind runs, but these last few games, because I didn't think that was really him. I know in Sporting he was known for that because there was a lot of space in behind, but obviously in the Premier League there's less space.
yeah,
But he's been working the channels really well for what I've seen over the last 2 games.
unbelievably well. And
Yeah.
his ability to keep sprinting and running, even though like every 5 minutes he's just getting smashed by a centre back and knocked to the ground, and he'll just get back up and keep going and keep running. And the way he's led the line, even though he didn't score in the semi-final last night, but he's scored twice against Fulham, obviously. The way he's leading the line and getting the team up the pitch, and just everything about his game looks better. And I don't think it's coincidence that like he's just found form. I think he has, but it's because he's got Saka back next to him. Trossard is more technical than Martinelli. Mars Lewis Skelly plays forward a lot. He will play riskier passes towards Gyökeres. Calafiori even over Hincapié. Calafiori will go forwards and come inside and kind of go wherever he likes, whereas Hincapié is more of a traditional left back. All of those like little factors are getting much more out of Gyökeres, and it could just be at the very perfect time Arteta's got that lineup
Yeah.
to win the last 3 or 4 games.
That's what I was thinking. It does seem to
desperately
be
hope he has.
it seems to be clicking at the right time. So I think Saka coming back. Saka's just come back and made a huge difference.
It's
Like
huge, yeah.
I think Gyökeres has his little run down the channel, Gyökeres, and then the pass inside to Saka.
I didn't realise he could do that.
I know,
I didn't think he was capable of doing that. It was brilliant.
but Saka is the one who makes those runs as well. Like that was really, really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, Saka scoring the last 2 games as well. Skelly, where's Skelly come from? He's been in the abyss all season, just
Came
not
from
being
Hale
paid.
End, mate. Hale End.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's been obviously when we bought loaned Hincapié, he was now like 3rd choice at left back. But I think it's a bit of a transition season for him. Second season, Arteta's been hesitant to like put too much pressure on him. So he's played bits and pieces at left back, but he's for whatever reason he's decided now is the right time to put him in central midfield, and he's getting rewarded for it. Like Lewis Skelly he's unbelievable in central midfield.
Yeah, I thought especially in the Champions League game, he was really strong in there.
Yeah.
Really,
I mean, it's
really,
one
really
thing
good.
putting him in there at home in the league, although there's so much on the line, but at home in the league against Fulham, they were a bit injury hit. They had a virus or something, so they had a few players out. That's one
Yeah,
thing, but putting him in a Champions League semi-final second leg against Atletico Madrid, where the scores are level and like you got to go and win the game, that just shows an unbelievable trust that Arteta's got in him, and hopefully also that puts to bed any kind of rumor that they might be thinking of selling him, because that would just be nonsense. And I think this is the future for him at Arsenal, central midfield, not left back.
yeah, and he's still 19, so he's still so
Yeah,
young.
19
He's
years old, and he's played. I
yeah.
think he's played like 70 or 80 games for us already. He's only 19,
Okay,
so
that's a lot.
yeah.
Okay, so things are clicking for you. Let's talk a little bit about City before we go on to a bit more of a deep dive in the Champions League. Yeah, did you watch it, the City game?
So I deliberately didn't watch it, and then halfway through the second half, was it at 1-1? I think I turned it off. I was like, I can't not watch it anymore. Yeah, I think it was when Everton equalised. I was like, I'll put it on, and I was terrified. I've never been that nervous watching a game that isn't Arsenal. And then Everton scored the second, or was it the third one? Where, like, I don't know if you saw the third goal. I was adamant it was offside, so I wasn't sort of celebrating or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, where Gay passed him back.
Because when he knocked it forward, I just thought, was it Beto or Tieno
Barry,
Barry, whoever it was, centre
Barry.
forward? I was like, he's offside, he's offside. And my mate John, who sends in lots of questions, he was also watching and he was like, that's offside. And then the replay, and he was like a yard onside. I don't know why I thought it was clearly offside. But like then you start to celebrate 3-1, and literally the next shot that Sky decides to show is
Haaland
Haaland
scored.
tucking the ball into the back, and it's like, what happened? It literally just ran through the middle of the pitch and put
Yeah,
it in the corner. And I don't know what the Everton centre backs, Tarkowski and it wasn't Branthwaite, was it? Who's the other centre back?
I don't know
Um,
who's playing.
Whoever it was, they're very good. They're very solid centre backs. Like whenever we play them, they're very solid. They literally just kind of left about 15 yards of space for Haaland to sprint through the middle of the pitch. It wasn't like a crafty ball or anything. It was just played
Yeah,
between those two centre backs, and he
Michael
runs in
Keane,
and
isn't it?
makes it 3-2. And then you're like, oh, they're gonna score twice here, and they basically just run out of time. I think in the end.
Yeah, yeah. How did you feel at the end of it then, when obviously Doku puts that ball in for 3-3? Are you still absolutely buzzing, or are you
Yeah,
like, yeah, okay,
completely. But when it got to like 95 minutes and there were 6 minutes of added time, I was happy because there wasn't physically enough time for them to score twice. I didn't really like. Obviously, you don't want them to score to get the draw. I'd much rather them have lost, but I just didn't want them to win. Like any dropping of points puts it back in completely in our hands, and that's all I wanted. So yeah, I was delighted. The Doku goal was great, but I don't think they should have been. It was like 98 minutes when they took that corner. I don't know
yeah,
why they were allowed to take it, but I'm not going to complain. They dropped points, so fuck them.
yeah.
Happy days. And I hope that little man with his Arsenal bottle, I hope he's miserable. And I hope he's crying at home,
Uh,
sad and lonely.
I bet he was so pleased when he became that meme, and now the meme is now gone with him
The
drinking that
thing is,
bottle and looking very
yeah,
sad.
when you do shit like that, you've got to go on and win the league, or you look
Yeah,
like a fucking melon. And I hope that's what happens.
yeah. I think you listen to Sky Sports News studio after the game. I think Carragher's tried to say, well, in another season, I think Man City drew when it felt like they dropped points, but actually in the end, it ended up being the point which won the league.
Yeah,
I, I, I mean, I think they're clutching at straws a little bit there. I did think in this run-in, you would both drop points, but Man City dropped points straight away. I just think that's massive, especially when you had that 6 point advantage, and they've got
yeah.
Brentford next as well. Like that is not an easy game. Um, so
I think they'll beat Brentford because they're at home. I think the Bournemouth away one is more where I'm pinning my hopes if they're going to drop any more points. I mean, Brentford could prove me wrong. They're playing very well, and they've got a lot to play for because they've got potentially European football. But yeah, I think just the way Bournemouth play with their high press and everything, and it's Iraola's last home game, so they want a big occasion and send him off and stuff. I think that matchup could be quite good, the way Bournemouth press. Because City showed without Rodri there, they're leaky. Like I think they conceded nearly 3 xG to Everton. Um,
yeah,
they lost the XG, but it wasn't like they were unlucky not to win that game. They were lucky to draw it, really. So yeah, I think Brentford maybe, Bournemouth away. I think they drop points. The one thing that we can guarantee is that they'll beat Villa on the last day of the season. We'll get to Villa and Unai Emery, but yeah, they'll win that one.
Interesting. Well, okay, and I want to make a point about City this year. It's not no surprise, but they've totally gone against Pep's style of play, and probably in response to how Arteta was getting a lot of success right in the start of the season. But they are far more a moments team now, and just relying on a bit of star quality magic to get them through games. Like Doku is that type of player, right? He's probably not tactically astute, but he'll run it players all day long and can score worldies.
Maverick is
Yeah,
how I'd describe him, isn't he? Like
Cherky probably similar
Turkey as well. Yeah.
And they lost that control that they used to have in games, so they would just control people to death, knowing that they would win and concede. Like Foden built to play that sort of game. Foden can't get in this team anymore because he hasn't. It's almost like it's been coached out of him, that penetration, take players on. He's always recycling the ball. And I ultimately think that will be City's downfall this year, is that they rely too much on moments, and you can't do that throughout the whole season, I don't think.
I hope so. I hope so. Hope you're right. I think it's a big part of it comes down to personnel, and without Rodri, they lose that control. He's huge for them, and since was it last season he got that big injury?
Yeah.
And I know he's been back this season, but it's very hard to come back to the top level with such a big injury. And I think they miss him at the top level. So I imagine they'll go and spend 200 million on someone else to replace him next season. But hopefully they'll be in League One by then. So
fingers crossed. I know you won't feel sorry for him, but I felt really sorry for Gay. Like, I don't understand why he plays that pass back.
It's a weird one, isn't it? And
it's so weird.
Although the linesman flags like straight away, he knows it's going to be allowed, because he immediately like hands on his knees, bent over, like, oh, what have I done?
It.
Yeah, because he knows it's like a deliberate back pass, and so the offside is negated. You're right. I don't feel any sympathy for him whatsoever.
It could be Steven Gerrard's slip moment, but for Gay. And I did think that. I was like, he's so important to England this year. I really hope it doesn't dent his confidence too much. Like, he needs to be in top four for England.
I think he'll be all right. I think he's pretty level-headed, isn't he, Gay? He's relatively experienced. I think one of his main strengths is like he's kind of solid at everything. I'm not sure he'll go to pieces just on one mistake. And also, there's still 3 games left for us and 4 for them. That might not be the defining moment. I'm not celebrating now. Not celebrating too early.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. And you've got West Ham next, right?
Big one.
It is a big one. You're away from, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, it's at the London Stadium.
Yeah, the shit stadium. But I actually think they need to come out and win that game, because obviously they're in the relegation zone. I think it just plays into our hands perfectly. So I think
that does.
It's not as big as banana skin as people think it might be.
I think it's just maybe the come down from the Champions League, and obviously West Ham will be fighting for their lives. But we've got a good record away at West Ham, weirdly. At home, I think, have we lost the last 2 at home to West Ham, maybe? Or a couple? We've lost a couple in the last 2 or 3 years at home. But away from home, I think last season we won 5-0, and the season before we won 6-0, or something like that.
Oh, wow,
we've absolutely trounced them. So I don't know why. I've no idea. Usually it's the home games you dominate, but we have a good record there. But if they were 15th and safe from relegation, I'd be relatively confident as you can be in a title running. But they are literally fighting for their lives. Well, not literally. They're not going to get murdered if they go down. Somebody's literally going to murder them. That's an incorrect use of the word literally. But you know what I mean. They are in a relegation battle. And you're right, like 1 point probably isn't enough, is it? Well, how far behind Spurs are they?
2 points behind.
What, 1 point? But Spurs are at home to Leeds, who are now like completely safe, pretty much. Although Spurs at home are so dreadful. So, I mean, a draw wouldn't, if Spurs lost, a draw still wouldn't take them out of the relegation zone.
No, they
So
need to. They
they
need to
they
go for a
do
win.
need a win, and they've only got 3 games left, well, 2 after the Arsenal game. So they'll probably, I think it will be better if they go for it.
Mm,
Better for us
okay.
to give us space to attack into. But yeah, it's a big game, and I wouldn't like to call it, but um, I think if we want to win the league, you've got to have enough to overcome West Ham, haven't you?
Well, you are going to have to call it later in the predictions game, so we'll get to that.
That's
And
true. Good link there as well to the end of the podcast. Keep
yeah,
listening.
keep listening to the predictions game and how far behind I am behind my grandfather. And
It's a big gap now.
I need
Yeah.
double. I need double predictions, like correct scores this week. Otherwise, I'm truly out of the game.
Yeah, you
Anyway,
need a big week. Yeah.
let's segue into the Champions League. And somehow you're in the Champions League final, and it almost
Somehow.
feels like what I mean by that is it almost feels like it's gone under the radar. Like any other
Okay, I see.
season,
Yeah.
Champions League final is just the biggest thing you'll ever do. But the Premier League has been so much noise around Arsenal.
Yeah.
Somehow you're in the Champions League final, and it doesn't
I think
feel
that's
as big as
helped.
maybe. Yeah, it doesn't feel as big as maybe it should do.
Yeah. I think the league's kind of the pressure on the Premier League has made the league games more cagey, but actually in Europe it's kind of been a bit of a release. There's been a few games where it's like, oh, this is nice. Like, we're not going to drop 3 points if we don't win this game, even though it's like a Champions League knockout game. Um, but I think that's freed the players up a little bit. And obviously, European football is different to the Premier League. We don't face as many disgusting low blocks. Um, but yeah, it's 20 years. I still remember watching the 2006 final. Do you remember Graham Arbon? Were you
Yeah,
at Aylesford when Graham Arbon was
yeah,
there?
yeah.
I watched it at his house.
ARBON.
Graham Arbon. So he's an American kid who was he over here? I think his dad was working for someone, wasn't he? They had a lovely house. They invited us round because they were big Arsenal fans. And me and my dad went round and we watched it with him. And I still remember like all of the details about that game. I'm still bitter about the red card and Barcelona being scumbag cheats. But I can't believe that was 20 years ago. And this is our first final for 20 years. It is just a monumental night for Arsenal. And I've watched so many social media videos this morning and last night of like fans celebrating and the players on the pitch celebrating afterwards. And it feels so good. And I'm also hoping this feel good factor will carry into the Premier League games as well now, because the players are buoyed by, even if, let's say, the worst happens and we mess the league up, we've still got a Champions League final to look forward to as well. So it just gives you something else, another incredible day and night to look forward to. And it's like when England made the finals of the Euros. You obviously you want to win, but you just want the chance to like compete in that final. And obviously, if everything goes wrong, you're devastated afterwards. But having the final to look forward to and the spectacle to watch is such a massive thing, and we've not done it for so long. I'm
I mean,
absolutely buzzing.
I'm incredibly jealous of that. Like,
Yeah,
there is nothing better as a fan, as you say, just getting to a final. Obviously, you want to win it. Obviously, you do, and all that pressure surrounding it. But you say that just being able to experience that level of game, even as a neutral, I love it. But when your team's in it, it is next level.
yeah.
I'm incredibly
It's such a
jealous.
weird combination of like euphoric excitement and like gut wrenching
Yeah,
anxiety and sickness. Like you don't get that from anything else than big football matches and finals.
I love it.
Um, and I'm so excited and terrified at the same time, thinking of who we might be playing, whether it's PSG or Bayern. I mean, whoever you play in a Champions League final, it's not going to be an easy game, is it? Um,
No.
so it's terrifying, but you think back to when Arteta took over, this is what we wanted. So although we're terrified and you're clinging on for dear life, and praying it goes well, this is when we were finishing mid-table season after season. This is exactly what we were all desperate for, and to be there. How long has he been at the club now? 6 years, 6.5 years. For
Mm.
him to have taken us to like from consecutive 8th place finishes to competing for the league season after season and to a Champions League final is pretty incredible. The turnaround under him,
It
especially
is.
considering it's his first job as a manager, which is mental.
It is crazy. And what's even more mental was 2 weeks ago, you were ready to sack him.
That's not true. I never said I would sack him. That is a flat out. I said I would keep him, but if he decided to go, you'd let him go because he might think I've taken him as far as possible. I don't think he's going to think that now. I think he can taste success, and it's going to be a great season when we do the double.
I think it would have been more of the fans would have lost faith in him. He would have felt it, and I think you're right. He would have left, but I think the fans would have lost faith in him as well if they didn't get him across the line. Now it's like, okay, you're in a really positive position. Champions League final, it's in your hands. It's crazy how these football and opinion comes down to these incredibly tiny margins, whether you're either a great or a failure. It's insane.
Yeah. And it's all black and white, isn't it? It's like he's either good or shit. There's no like, well, he's done this really well, but needs to improve on that. There's no like actual thinking about it. It's just this player is good, this player is shit. This manager is good, this manager is shit. You've been successful or you're a total failure.
Yeah.
There's no in between. You're right. It's such fine margins that determine whether you are a success or a failure. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You've got to step back. But that's the world we live in, isn't it?
And last on Champions League, again, I thought the game you played really well, especially in the first half, and I thought it was brave to take Saka off as well. Was it half time you took him off? Saka
took him off. It was like 58 minutes just before the hour mark,
58
which
minutes,
terrified me again.
Yeah, because it was 1-0, but it was probably needs must, and you managed it really well. I thought there's so much rotation in your squad when I was watching the game, where Declan Rice was sometimes like a halfback, like in the defensive line, picking up the ball. And
picking it up from the centre backs.
And then he would swap and be in the forward line, and Eze would drop back in. Obviously, Skelly was always sticking around that central midfield as well. So, yeah, I thought Arteta got one over on Simeone, and tactics-wise was bang on.
Yeah, we had the two big chances in the game. There were only really two big, clear chances. Scored one. Gyökeres obviously missed one, but other than that, was unbelievable. Arteta said before the match he wanted the players to be beasts, and I feel like Gyökeres took that like personally because he was just like a fucking bull in a china shop last night, and he led the line so well, and he gave us that out. But when it's so hard as a fan when you're watching to think like how well are we actually doing because you're just so nervous about holding on to that lead. But then when you stop, now the game's done, you can look back and think like Atletico had next to nothing.
Yeah.
And how rare is that for a team to completely shut out in a semi-final of a Champions League? To be that defensively solid is fucking awesome. So bring on the final.
What I would
bring
say
on PSG or Bayern.
We have had a few messages already in our WhatsApp groups about how boring a game it was, and that's the only thing people can throw at you.
I love it. It's delicious. Keep it coming.
1-0 to the Arsenal. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I'm very jealous. Good luck in the final. I'll be, very excited.
You don't mean that. Here's a question for you. Do you want? So let's say it's whoever it is, PSG or Bayern. Do you want them or us to win the final?
Do you know what? If it was any other English team, I'd be happy for them to win it. But your fans are so infuriating, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Your fans are so annoying that I just don't.
Have you never seen any other football fans? Like they're all annoying if they're not your fans.
No, but yours are like next level annoying. Actually, you've been a bit better in recent weeks because you've all admitted you're shitting yourselves. So it's like, okay, yeah. You're not giving it the big one all the time, but most of the season, fuck me, you've been annoying.
I feel like you've never watched or listened to any other fan. They all complain. They all get big when they're winning, and
all tribal. But the biggest, I don't mind people going, "Oh yeah, we're great, we're great, we're great." I don't mind that at all. What I really hate is the moaning, and it's always someone else's fault. So. For Arsenal fans, what I think they do most of the time is they'll complain about the referee, they'll complain about a player didn't get sent off or something, they'll complain about something externally that's happened to them that they'll blame for losing the game or dropping points or whatever it might be, or everyone's against us.
That literally, I could go on a, I don't know, Man City podcast and listen to them doing the same thing about some game this season, or a United podcast, and they'll find the last refereeing decision that went against them, and the same thing would happen. And the same on a Liverpool podcast or any football club. Like, if you get an unjust decision against you, your fans complain about it. That's how it goes.
I
Do
agree,
you just
but
only listen to the
but
Arsenal ones?
no, but Arsenal fans are next level, and it's not just me saying this, mate. This is a popular opinion across most fans, and you just need to
Well,
accept that, take it on
good.
chill.
If you're not pissing other fans of other clubs off, you're not very
Exactly,
good. So
exactly.
I remember the days of like people pitying us because we're finishing 8th and being rubbish, and I love it when other people hate us. It's great.
Yeah, got to take it, mate. That's what being at the top is. So
Yeah.
take it. So yeah, I hope. I really hope Harry Kane wins it. If I'm really honest, but for Bayern.
If I had to choose, and I don't really care, PSG or Bayern, they're both incredible. I would go PSG just because like Harry Kane will get a penalty against us. Like that is
And there is the Arsenal fan straight away going,
it, mate.
"Oh, that's what
Every
happened
single
because it
game
always happens against us." See, there
it
there it
does.
is. That inner Arsenal dickhead. Straight away.
He just always gets a penalty against Arsenal. That's his thing.
Thanks for backing up my
It'll be
point
it'll be
straight
stood on the
away.
halfway line. The ref's like, "Oh, that's a penalty on Harry Kane. There, you just
You,
fouled him in the box."
you are
I'm in the
literally
centre circle.
doing. You're literally doing what I said all Arsenal fans do.
It's years of trauma, mate. 10 years of trauma seeing that wanker smash our centre backs and foul them and then get a penalty for it. Anyway, let's move
Okay.
on
It's a
before I get more
sideshow.
nervous.
Sideshow,
Should we?
really, isn't it? Man
Yeah, it's all about
United.
Arsenal, mate.
It is.
Yeah, let's do the United game though, because like you said in the intro, any other season it feels like United Liverpool would be a huge like headline game, but it's kind of gone a little bit under the radar. And also 3-2 is like that was an entertaining game. Um, let's have your thoughts on the game and how did you feel when just after Liverpool equalised the Lemons mistake?
Yeah. A huge game and massive result and guarantees us obviously Champions League football. Pretty much guarantees us third place in the league, which is outrageous. Like finish third place behind City and Arsenal is a massive achievement. So really, really pleased by that. Obviously, when Liverpool come back and Lemons makes the mistake and they equalise, you do sort of go, okay, here we go. It's on the march. But, Lemons, he gets a pass because he's been probably one of the best players behind Bruno and Mainu since January, since he's come in, and he's been fantastic. So I'll give him a pass on that. I thought first half we were way better than Liverpool. Second half, Liverpool probably edged it and had some chances. But Mainu, man, I say every week, don't I? I
That guy
fucking love
again.
him. I love him.
Yeah.
Just signed a new 5-year contract. Comes in and gets the winner against Liverpool.
It's a good goal as well. Good finish that.
Yeah, great finish.
He was like, who was ever saying that he was a DM? Like his run last week and then that finish. Like he needs to be around the box. Like he's very good
I will
going
say
forwards.
though is he has added a bit more defensiveness to his game, so he's got much better at nicking the ball off people. So like, almost like in N'Golo Kante style, where he'll nick the ball, like it's a toe on it, and then
I think you mean Declan Rice style.
It's not all about Arsenal. But yeah, you're right. His attacking ability as well is great. So he's wasted if he just sits as a DM.
Yeah,
he's fantastic. He's really strong as well. He's super calm, like never stresses out. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of his, and we ultimately have to build the team around him because Bruno, as much as we love him, he's not going to be around forever. Mainu, young lad, got to start building something around him really. I'm excited.
Yeah, the going forwards, attackers are looking good. You got the Cunha goal, Sesko goal, Fernandez is making assists for fun. And Mbuemo's gone a bit quiet. What are your thoughts on him?
So he actually played well against Liverpool. He did play well. But I am slightly worried that his output's dropped off for the second half of the season. So first half of the season, which was obviously awful for us, but he was our best player. He was scoring goals and you go, yeah, he's been class. And he's still been a very good signing, but his output's definitely dropped off. So like last year, he's got 20 Premier League goals. This year, he's on 9 or 10 Premier League goals at the moment. And you would hope coming into a better team that maybe you would, and the start that he made, that he would end up with better than that. So I hope he picks it back up again. But I'm slightly worried about his performances to date. Like before Liverpool, he probably had 5 of maybe his worst games for United. He just wasn't
Okay.
producing. Um, if you look at like average ratings and stuff as well, a lot of people are racing much lower. But Liverpool games have returned to much better. So I'm not panicking. I just want to see him get some more goals again, would be
Yeah.
ideal. Yeah,
That's still a
Cunha's
decent
doorstepped up.
return. 10 league
Oh
goals
yeah,
is all right. First
oh
season
yeah,
at the club.
oh yeah. Like you got Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo all got like double figures each now. So that 30 goals equates to 30 goal a season striker. So we'll take it.
That's basically the difference from last season to this season for you. You just scored those 30 goals. You spent like whatever it was, 180 million on those 3 players, but that has taken you from 16th, 15th to
15th.
top 4. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at our goals scored this year, we're not too far away from an Arsenal or a City. It's actually our goals conceded, which has been the biggest
Yeah.
issue. So we need to firm up that defence a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. You've conceded the most in the top 5, most in the top
Yeah,
5, but you've scored the third most in the
yeah,
league. So you're 5 goals off of 4 goals off of us, 6 behind City, but you conceded like 50. We conceded 22 more than us, but we
yeah.
are excellent. You conceded about the same as Liverpool, basically, as well.
We just need to firm up the centre of the park because sometimes we still look a bit open on like when people transition. Our middle of our centre midfield just looks a bit wide open sometimes. So we just need to address that and probably get a proper DM in. Like Casemiro's not a proper DM. It's just not. That's not his role.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mainoo's that's not his role. So probably need someone who can sit there.
Ugarte?
He's so rubbish. Get him out of the club. Get him out of the club. I wanted to touch on very briefly what Gary Neville's point he was making on Sky
What's he
Sports.
been saying?
So it's talking about in relation to Carrick getting the job. So basically, he's gone. I think there's a bit of an opportunity in the next couple of years for United to get back to competing again. So obviously, Pep probably is going to leave at some point. Obviously, the charges are hanging over them as well, so that could have a massive impact. Liverpool have massively dropped off. Obviously, Spurs are nowhere near where they used to be. Newcastle are nowhere near where they used to be. Chelsea are in disarray. I understand and I agree with him. There's a real opportunity here for Man United to cement themselves as, I don't know, title challenger feels like a bit of a push for next season, but we could get to that point in the next couple of seasons while all the other teams are being shit. So, but we need to fix it quickly. And what he's saying is Carrick the man to do that and take advantage of that situation, or is somebody else? Like he's been mentioning Nagelsmann. I'm not 100% sold on him. And then Carragher said, I think Man United need another 12 months of stability with Carrick. You can't look at it like, you can't go, oh yeah, we'll just have 12 months of just stick somebody in for 12 months and keep them solid. You need more ambition than that if you're going to be at United. So
Yeah.
Carrick will get the job. Like it's convinced all the players want him to get the job. They're all coming out of the woodwork now saying
Are you on board with that? Are you willing to accept him as your guy?
I will accept it. United fans are notoriously great at accepting managers, supporting their managers till the end. So of course, I love Carrick, legend.
Tell that to David Moyes. The legend that is David Moyes.
But it wouldn't be my choice.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
And I've said that many times.
Yeah. How does it feel to get the league double over Liverpool? Apparently, I didn't realise this, first time in 10 years, United have done the double over Liverpool.
It would have felt better if they were higher up the league. So
yeah,
it's sort of
if the game mattered a bit more.
Yeah. So it's good feeling. It's always great to go on over your rivals, but ultimately, bigger fish to fry, mate.
That's true. I've got a question. Thinking of bigger fish, looking ahead to next season, because is it mathematically confirmed you're in the Champions League now? I mean, it's going to be done, isn't it? So what are you?
Yeah, we definitely are.
You're 12 points. Yeah. You're top 5, guaranteed.
Yeah.
You're 12 points ahead of 6th with 3 games to play. So,
no, we're not. Oh yeah, we are. Sorry, yeah.
Bournemouth in 6th, 12 points ahead.
Yeah,
they've got
correct.
3 games left. So the worst you can finish is 5th. So looking forward to next season, playing every 3 or 4 days, right the way through to like mid-January, because obviously the Champions League's now got the bigger group stage, so you play more group stage games. How is your squad going to cope obviously it's hard to judge because your squad's going to look different at the start of next season, but how would the squad right now cope playing every 3 or 4 days? Because if you look at I'm not going to say the best teams in the league, but the teams who look sharp and like lively and full of energy, you've probably got United are up there. Bournemouth are on an unbelievable 15-game unbeaten run or something. Brighton look pretty good. Brentford look pretty good. All of those teams who are firing on all cylinders now do not play in Europe. How are you going to get on next season playing every 3 days, 4 days?
Well, if you look at history, we struggle. Like, we obviously in the last 10 years or so been in and out of Europe, and when we go in, we do shit in Europe typically. I know we got to Europa League final, didn't win that. But typically we don't do that well, especially if we're in Champions League, and our league looks awful as well. So past history not looking good.
What's the how do you solve it? How do you be as good as Arsenal?
Without fuck off. Without sounding too boring, it's recruitment, isn't it? Like, you do need to get the right players in. There needs to be a big upheaval in central midfield, and also hope that we get some youngsters coming through who can deliver for us as well. So what I'd really like to see now, between now and the end of the season, is, and I think Carrick he'll start playing the youngsters a lot more, and he say, right, bed them in, give them a try,
May as well.
see what happens. Yeah, we typically do it at the end of the season anyway, so yeah, hopefully one of them can step up. But it's a good recruitment. Need to sign the right players. And actually,
manager.
But it will be Carrick. Ineos, as for all their faults, the one good thing they've got right so far is they've had a good transfer windows, and they need to continue that trend.
It's a big summer for United, then.
It is, mate. It is a big summer.
I speak for all other fans when I say I hope you fuck it up royally. And I really hope you sign Cole Palmer and he's just as dreadfully has been for Chelsea.
We won't,
because he will cost a fortune and bankrupt you and be dreadful.
That's not our transfer policy anymore. I wanted to bring you back. So you mentioned Unai Emery at the start of the podcast.
Don't get me started. I'm absolutely furious.
Good evening.
You've ruined the Lord's work, Unai. You've ruined it. Every single fan, apart from Spurs fans, want Tottenham to go down, and he sent out some reserve team at home against the worst team in the league. I've got a question for you, Farrell. Guess what Aston Villa's expected goal rating was on the hour mark against Tottenham, at home against Tottenham.
I guess it's very low. So 0.2.
0.00. They had nothing against this Tottenham team who concede like 5 goals a game. They didn't have a shot until I think it was like the 62nd minute or something. And that was an XG of like 0.02. They created nothing. They rolled over and gave Spurs the game. And they made Spurs look really good. I watched in an hour, I watched sort of probably half the game. And then I got fed up and angry with Unai Emery. And he does it every season. When he was at Arsenal, he had 4th place wrapped up and he bottled it at the end of the season because he makes too many changes. He tries to do too much stuff and he rotates for Europe because he's very good in Europe and he just fucks the league up. And he did it for Arsenal. He did it 2 seasons ago with Aston Villa. I'm not bitter about this because it was against Man City. They had City, they were away from home. He rotated like 6 players out because they had a European game coming up and they lost 4-1 and just rolled over when Villa were in really good form in the league, and he's done it again now. It's playing against one of the worst Spurs teams. I'm sure if you ask Villa fans, they'd be furious at him as well. I don't know why he wants to ruin everyone's fun and let Spurs stay up. But
I'm not sure.
I'm very angry at you, Unai.
I'm disappointed as well because I want Spurs to go down. I'd prefer West Ham to stay.
Funny, isn't it? Yeah.
But Unai, I think Aston Villa fans would actually be okay with it. They're like, we want our European moment.
They probably want the European final, don't they? But look, they've not secured top 5, and they've got City to play. I don't know who else they've got to play. They've got tough fixtures. They need another win somewhere. You'd think home to Spurs, right? Let's get the league sorted, and then you've got 3 games you can rest players.
Yeah.
But he does it all the time. He sends out the youngsters and kids and reserves, and fucks it up. And he's done it against Spurs.
And
then he sends his team to Arsenal, And oh my God, that is the game of the season. Like, he is desperate to beat Arsenal because he doesn't like Arsenal because he got
And
sacked.
case in point again about Arsenal fans blaming somebody else. Here it is.
I'm not blaming him for anything to do with Arsenal. I'm saying he's a cowardly embarrassment of a man.
Thanks for your time,
Yeah.
Arsenal. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
It was wrong manager, wrong time.
Okay. Well, let's roll into predictions then. Let's finish off with that. Fucking hell, this is
Yeah.
not looking good for me. So
You're in trouble.
Let's go over last week's results. So we started on you on 20 points. I was on 15. Arsenal versus Fulham. Obviously, 3-0 result for Arsenal. I predicted 2-0. You predicted 2-1. So we each get a point there.
Okay.
Man United versus Liverpool. You predicted 3-2. So
What a result
score.
to get right. 3-2.
Oh,
Oof.
I predicted 1-1. I can't predict United results. I don't know what it is.
You're better at the Arsenal games than United.
It was because Arsenal mostly win, so just say win.
Yeah, generally.
Okay, so that's annoying. So 3 points for you for perfect score and 0 for me on the Liverpool game.
Cowabunga. That's pretty much, I think that's the title wrapped up. The predictions title, not the Premier League title.
I think this is my only chance these next 2 games. I have to get
Really?
2 perfect scores. Otherwise, it is game over. Because what we got, 3 games left, essentially. 3
so
weeks
6
left.
predictions left, 3 points for a perfect score. So there are 18 points still on offer.
There's more points than I have now.
Yeah, there is. the trouble is historically we've shown that it's quite tricky to get even 1 point.
Yeah.
So getting 18 is quite optimistic. If you've got 16 points across 35 games, the chance you get 18 points from 3, I'd say, is quite low.
It is quite low.
So I'm pretty confident that I've got this wrapped up, but nevertheless.
Okay. Here we go. Well, you're predicting first, and it's Sunderland versus Manchester United. Sunderland are at home. We play on the Saturday.
Oh, it's really this stage of the season is so hard to predict because teams haven't, like, you've not really got anything to play for. You're going to finish third. Sunderland are safe and haven't really got much to play for. They're not in European contention, are they? But they are very good at home. I'll go a fun scoring draw. I'll go 2-2.
Little Desmond.
Maybe a couple of youngsters playing for both teams. I don't know. Yeah, end of season vibes.
I really don't know what to, surprisingly, I don't know what to say.
I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just go for, your classic popular scoreline, 2-1 United. Most popular score. I've just got to play the odds.
You do need to play the odds, yeah. I can kind of relax and go for a bit of like Hollywood predictions. You've got to go play the odds.
Okay, and then we've got West Ham versus Arsenal. So I think Arsenal are going to win, but then something in my plums just say that maybe this, I don't know. No, I've said throughout, you'll win. I'll go for a win.
I think Arsenal will win, so I'm going to go draw.
Yeah. But maybe that works. But what I say doesn't work.
I don't know, mate. I'm not doing much better than you, to be honest.
I'm going to go for 1-0 Arsenal.
That's a good shout. We win a lot of games 1-0. It's so hard to... Are we going to be riding a high and smash them? Or is it going to be like a grind? I'll go 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, fine.
Because I think they will come... Maybe we'll nick a goal, they'll come forwards, we'll get another one, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that does feel likely, actually. Annoyingly. Anyway.
Don't second guess yourself.
I know. Can't change it now, I've said it. Right, there we go. That is the end of Factor 50, episode 29. We're going to make just 30 episodes next week, which,
Be on 32 episodes, won't we, by the end of the season?
Yeah. It's not bad.
Crazy.
Not
and
bad.
Absolutely no idea what we're going to do over the summer with the World Cup and stuff, but...
Not sure, but we'll think of something.
Yeah.
We'll think of something.
Yeah.
But thank you, as always, to you at home for listening. If anybody ever makes it this far, the average listener time suggests no one does. But thank you.
I reckon 2 people do, and they're both on this podcast.
We love the sound of our own voices. But please like, follow, subscribe, listen to questions. We ask every time. No one puts any in. So, John, if you've got any listener questions, that'd be great.
We did actually get one from Ian McEwen.
Oh,
but we'll do that on the next one or something. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. We'll save that.
I'm thinking of the funny one, but yes, there was a good one in there as well. So yeah. Okay, great. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.